Welcome back. The last of the main lifecycle methods we're going to talk about has to do with unmounting. So we saw the mounting phase, we saw the updating, and now unmounting, which is pretty straightforward if you look at this diagram. There's one method, ComponentWillUnmount, and it's called right before a component is destroyed or unmounted, basically removed from the page. So you no longer see it, it's gone. And on the docs, they recommend perform any necessary cleanup in this method, like invalidating timers, canceling requests, that sort of thing, handling WebSockets, shutting down any open sockets, cleaning up subscriptions. And you should know that it's useless to set state inside of ComponentWillUnmount because there's not going to be any re-rendering afterwards. This is the end of the line for that component. So setting the state is not going to update anything. You're not going to see any changes. There's no real reason to do it. This is only called, ComponentWillUnmount is only called once the component is going to be removed, deleted, destroyed, it's gone. So if we return to this to-do app, I'm going to comment out all of these other lifecycle methods that are printing all that stuff out. And if we go to our to-do item, the individual to-do, if we add in ComponentWillUnmount, all that I'm going to show you is when we see it. So console.log in ComponentWillUnmount. And we'll go back here, open up our console. Let's make some to-dos. So we have some new to-do components, and I click in ComponentWillUnmount. So that happens right before the component is removed, right before it is unmounted. And that's pretty much all there is to show you about it. As an example of when you would use this, if you had that timer that we were working on earlier, if we wanted to clear that timer so that our browser isn't constantly ticking every 1,000 milliseconds or whatever we had, we could call clear interval with the timer ID inside of ComponentWillUnmount. So we don't want to do that earlier because what if our timer is still on the page? We don't want to just stop it. So we'll do this right before it's going to be unmounted, right before it's gone. And that's all there is to unmount. It's honestly the most straightforward out of all the methods or all the lifecycle methods we've seen. It's called right before the component is removed or unmounted. Okay.